trying to put you to bed, I'ma put you to bed.
Jay Holiday exploded onto the music industry in 2007 with his chart-topping debut album, Back of My Lack. His breakthrough single, Bed, topped the chart, followed by another hit single called Suffocate. He worked with some of the most talented producers in the game and produced quality music. Jay Holiday went and described his style of music as street soul. The artist went on to achieve titles such as the BET and Grammy Awards nominations, and the future looked bright for the Eritrean-American singer. Many of his fans assumed that the artist would stay at the top of his game for a long time. However, that wasn't the case. In today's video, we will take a look at what really happened to his career. Nahum Thornton Grimes, better known as Jay Holiday, was born on November 29, 1981. Jay Holiday was born in Washington, D.C. to an African-American mother, Frances Grimes, and an Eritrean father. While growing up, Jay Holiday was surrounded by music. His mother was not only a preacher, but a singer in the gospel choir. At the age of around 9 or 10 years old, his older cousins would encourage him to sing to all the girls in the streets. Although he realized his cousins were using him, it helped him develop his vocal talent. Sadly, Jay Holiday was raised alone with his mother since the age of 11 years old, when he lost his father due to a terminal illness which he kept secret. His mom struggled as they moved several times around the DC area. In the space of 4 years, he enrolled in 3 different high schools. In an interview, he blamed his father for his mom's struggle as a single parent. His mother made sure that he completed local education and church. This shows that he was raised in a religious background. He further found support from older men in the community who led him to a narrow right path. Jay Holiday attended a local high school where he displayed his talent for singing during a showcase night. Jay Holiday would later listen to artists such as Tupac, R. Kelly, Boyz II Men, and Marvin Gaye. Although he showed deep love for music, his mother insisted him to complete his education. After graduating from high school, he immediately started recording demo tapes in the early 2000s. He later met Corey, and they put up together a trio called 295. They started performing between cities, and Corey, their manager at the time, would send their demo to different music execs such as Anthony Tate, founder and NR of the Music Line Group. Tate was impressed and flew to DC to meet the group. Tate would move them out to Atlanta where he was based. They got signed to Show Nuff Records, Jazzy Phase label. However, at that time, the label was focusing on more established artists. This frustrated Jay Holiday. He was tired of waiting for his breakthrough. He was also tired of the group because he felt he was doing most of the work in the group. He met with L.A. Reid in an attempt to secure a record deal. However, the deal fell through. At that time, 295 was due to record new music, and it seemed so like a perfect time to separate and start doing his own thing. And in 2003, the group disbanded. Jay Holiday realized that it would work out for him as a solo artist. Jay Holiday went and recorded a solo demo which allured music execs, and in 2006, he was signed at Capitol Records. In early 2007, Jay Holiday released his first single. However, the single did not perform well commercially, as it peaked at number 83 on the R&B hip-hop songs chart and failed to chart in the Billboard Hot 100. Behind the scenes, the Virgin Records single wasn't getting the promotion that it needed to take off. Jay Holiday knew it needed something special to overturn the failure he had. In 2007, Jay Holiday dropped his head single, Bed. The project debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and sold around 105,000 copies in its first week. Now, on the first try, you can easily tell that the first 3 songs feel like they were inspired by Anthony Hamilton or an artist in that lane. Although he received success in the single, he received a couple of criticisms. For example, his hit single Bed, he sounded like The Dream, and this is because The Dream wrote the track. The Dream and his team were also responsible for the production of the song. The Dream's sound and influence cannot be overlooked, as it was also responsible for Rihanna's 2007 hit Umbrella. So, although a lot of fans loved Back of My Lack, others believe Jay Holiday was not able to craft his own sound, making his music and album appear all over the place. In the single Bed, Chris Brown was a serious contender for claiming the song. Jay Holiday knew he had to lay down his vocals and get the song recorded right away if he wanted to claim it as his. Even though Chris Brown was considered for the track, the Dream told Misinfo websites that he had decided to give the song to Jay Holiday. This caused some tension between Chris Brown and the Dream, since Chris thought that the song belonged to him. However, the Dream told MTV that not only did Jay Holiday record the song, but paid a huge amount. As a rule, first come, first serve. Jay Holiday went on to say, "I actually didn't write Bed. Actually, one of the cats that I wrote with on the album, his name is The Dream. He wrote the song." Chris Brown would say that the song would not become a hit unless he was on it. Chris Brown was wrong. In 2007, Jay Holiday also recorded the song Suffocate. Finally, his album Back of My Lack was ready to go. The album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200, selling over 100,000 copies in the first week. In the Billboard Hot 100, 2 of his songs, Bed and Suffocate, climbed at number 5 and 18 respectively. In the same year, Jay Holiday would go on tour with R. Kelly for the Double Up Tour. It had many issues since Ne-Yo was let go from the tour due to contractual agreements not being met. R. Kelly also felt threatened by Ne-Yo's stage presence, as the crowd preferred Ne-Yo's music over his. And according to Jay Holiday, he didn't receive the same treatment Ne-Yo received from R. Kelly, mainly because he was seen as a smaller artist than Ne-Yo and was no threat. In 2008, Jay Holiday would also appear in an awesome collaboration with Fat Joe called I Won't Tell. Jay Holiday went forward to release his second album in March 2009. The album would be called Round 2. It debuted at number 4 and sold around 55,000 copies in the first week, eventually selling less than the others he produced. It's Yours was the first single from Jay Holiday's second studio album. The song was well received. When you listen to the song, you can immediately tell that the song was supposed to be Bed Part 2. However, the song didn't click like Bed. It was nowhere near impactful as Bed, not even close. This was probably because The Dream was not involved in the creation of this song. Unlike the first album, The Dream's involvement was non-existent. This was because Jay Holiday was working with a bunch of new producers. All we can say, Jay's second hit was still good as the first hit. However, slowly his career started to decline. The problem with Jay Holiday was his inability to match the height and success of Bed. Some critics said that he could have dropped 100 songs after Bed to keep himself relevant. Another thing that led to Jay Holiday's career decline was the growth and demand for more hip-hop music. The preference for music changed from I Want You Forever to let's hang out for a night or two. This type of song frustrated Jay Holiday. The reason why Trey Songz is still here today and not Jay Holiday is because Trey evolved with the times, broke out of his comfort zone, and did more features with these singing rappers, while Jay Holiday consistently put all his work into his album. That's why Jay Holiday's albums are good. However, he needed to do more to stay relevant. In 2008, he also went on tours with Trey Songz. But as time goes, there was rumored beef between Holiday and Songz. Jay Holiday didn't talk much about this. However, he mentioned that Trey Songz would not dare go at him because he had way too much dirt on Trey. His second album did not meet expectations, and this led Jay Holiday to be dropped from his label deal with Capitol. According to him, Capitol tried to rebrand him. However, as it failed, Capitol blamed him for poor performance, while he was performing how the brand told him. He went to sign a deal with Def Jam. However, there was no success since it bore no fruits. This resulted in him dropping his third album independently, but during this time, he was losing interest in music. This took a while before he had that hunger back. In 2012, he released a single called Sign My Name. In 2014, he went on to release another album, Guilty Conscious. The single did not do amazing as it was released independently on his own record label, Holiday Music Group, but it gave his fans something to listen to. After this, Jay would look to slow down in making music and would appear in 2017 when the Dreams versions of his hit song Bad appeared on Kanye West's Yeezy Season 5. Jay Holiday was confused about this happening and took to social media saying, "I wonder how the playing of Dreams version of Bad and not mine, the original version that was released, but I'm appreciative to Kanye for the look nonetheless." Jay Holiday was made when he targeted female artists such as Beyonce, Cardi B, and SZA. Jay Holiday didn't like the content of their music. He went by saying, "I got daughters, man. Beyonce, Cardi B, SZA, y'all mothers, stop using that effing pain to make it okay to say some on your record and get nominated for a Grammy for going through some because so have I as a black." Beyonce instantly made fun of Jay Holiday and called him irrelevant. Jay Holiday was also accused of having an issue with women, an issue that followed him to date. During that time, Jacquees claimed to be the king of R&B. This made fans crazy as this came out of nowhere. Jay Holiday fired back at Jacquees in a funny video. While responding to Jacquees, a funny lady approached Holiday and asked him if he was valet, and he was clowned for days. Around 2018, he released a single, 25 to Life, and promised his album entitled Time was in work. The album Time was later released in 2022 after a long wait. Earlier back in 2015, he had a chance to enter the TV show Empire as Jamal Lyon. However, he turned down the role because he didn't want a negative influence on his communities, especially kids, since we know the Jamal character was gay. Jay Holiday is still Jay Holiday. He seems to be making music and does shows, disappears, and then pops up from time to time to critique something. Even though his time at the top was brief, Jay learned a lot of lessons. Today's video comes to an end, and we thank you for sticking around. So, what was more surprising from the above reveal? Let us know your thoughts on Jay Holiday's career. Remember to hit the like and don't forget the subscribe button on your way out.